Hi, I'm Cliff Bowman. I'm the senior pastor here at the Glendora Alliance Church. If you want to know who we are, you'll find it in the two words that make up the vision we have as a church: disciples made. We're a family, and that's big for us, being a family in the Lord. But we have a job to do as a family, to reach people for Jesus and help them grow to be everything they are called to be. That's what we do here, and that's what we love doing here together. But if you're really going to understand us, you need to know a little bit about our history of how we got started. Community Bible Fellowship, what was it all about?
Community Bible Fellowship was a great family in a bad building with a bad rental situation.
We were in Azusa, right off of Vernon and First.
That particular church planting actually came about because of a Bible study that met out in the Azusa area for several years we called it the Saturday Night Fellowship. And the people who attended that Bible study, many came to the Lord at that time and began attending Sierra Madre Congregational Church. And so after a period of time, they said, hey, why don't we start a church out in the Azusa Glendora area? And that led to the formation of this Community Bible Fellowship.
It was all about, along the line of what we have here, we were making disciples. We were reaching out to people, seeing people come to know the Lord. We didn't have a building or anything along that line, but we had a number of people, families. We reached more and more families that were coming to know the Lord. And it was a neat ministry.
My first recollection of Glendora Alliance Church started in Baldwin Park, California, and then we were there for quite a few years until we went to Oak Park Chapel. But before Oak Park Chapel, we started up in the women's club because we didn't have a building yet. Pastor Rosenberg was our pastor. He was a wonderful, loving man. So then we purchased the Nazarene Church, and that became Glendora Alliance Church that we have now.
When I say from my perspective, my husband and I were at the time actually looking for another church. We start hearing that there's a church searching for a location. As my husband and I discussed it, we both felt like, oh, that'll never work. I can't imagine two churches coming together. For us, the challenge was getting to know all these new names and new faces and different programs they wanted to start. I mean, it was some excitement, but also a little bit of, I would say, concern that where would we fit in.
We were looking for a new place to meet. And what happened is someone who used to attend our church, and actually had used to attend here at the Glendora Alliance Church, called me up and said that he knew of this church, that they were in the need of a pastor. And he thought this was a great opportunity to merge two churches. And it was a beautiful thing what took place. We didn't know at that time that most church mergers don't work. Usually people have their own territory, their way of doing things, they don't mesh well. We didn't find that. It was good, but then I came to a place where I saw the greatest treasure here was the people that we were joined in with. Most of them were people who we meshed with very well right away. And so I'm so thankful to say that our experience was not what many others when you merge a church. Ours was a very positive experience.
We had been praying, we had been looking for different places to meet, and I'm telling you, it really was my first major, well, no, I had another miracle beforehand, but this was a major miracle for us. And so that's how it started, and I thought, wow, you know, when they invited us over, they liked what Cliff preached about, and they invited us to merge. I said, are you sure? Because we have 100 kids and they're wild. And I remember one lady, her name was Margaret Miller, said, let the children come, let the children come. And that was so relieving to hear that and see that. And it was just a match made in heaven, seriously. It was just beautiful. Everybody was excited. I mean, our people, the Community Bible Fellowship, were so excited because it was a beautiful church. When we walked into the sanctuary, Lucy Atkins was the associate pastor's wife, and she actually said, I see the Lord in here, I see the Lord. And I was so excited. I thought I did too. But she was insistent that the Lord was there, and to this day, when I walk into the church, I see the Lord. I do, and I'm so thrilled. I'm still thrilled. It was great.
Well, during the 2000s, it was very, very interesting. All the things were taking place. I know my family and myself came here probably in 1995 from another church. As I look back on it now, and I look at the fact that the church and Pastor Cliff had the attitude, and his action had shown it, that we need to be making disciples. And I remember very clearly that we were looking for vehicle and access and how we would do that. And back at the time, Pastor Cliff, along with the Christian Missionary Alliance, developed this Bible college, if you will. And I believe there was about 12 to 15 of us here who went through that 2-year program. I think that developed several leaders in this church, and it helped move along with the fact that we needed to have an attitude of disciples made.
It's unusual for us. It's only our second church we've ever belonged to, but to have a church that you feel like it's family, and the more you get to know people, the more they're like family here at the church. And it's been a real blessing with the men having them pray for you or holding you accountable also, and being able to pray for them, to have that friendship and in other brothers.
When we look at Matthew chapter 28, 18, 19, go make disciples. We are making disciples of all nations. We're teaching them to obey that all the Lord had commanded them. And one of the things that spurred us on to do all this was remember that Jesus said, I will be with you even to the end of the age.
We are a vibrant community of people living life together. We're a multi-generational, multi-ethnic group that's pursuing deeper life in Jesus Christ. All that matters to us is that if you want to seek transformation in your life through following Jesus Christ, then there is a place for you here at Glendora Alliance Church. Ignite Youth Group, Adult Sunday Schools, Children's Church, Young Married Couples Groups, Men's and Women's Groups, these are all just some of the ways that we at Glendora Alliance Church get you connected with people that are in the same life stage as yourself. We have hybrid opportunities where you can see us live streamed. If you have a heart for service, we have multiple opportunities for you to engage with us, whether locally, at the church level, in our community where we live, or even abroad. Everything that we do is to get Jesus Christ, His message, to people who don't know Him, introduce Him to those who do not know Him. The first thing that you're going to discover off the bat is the people. Whether you're coming on a regular Sunday service or you're coming to a special event, it's the people that are going to catch your eye. And so when you see us here extending grace to you, it's only because we've had grace extended to us. We know and experience God's love, and that's something we want to give to you.
Over the years, I would say probably VBS and Kids Summer Outreach. Just love working with so many kids, and whether it's been in the classroom the past couple of years with junior high, high school, or serving wherever is needed, because I've enjoyed the work and I've also really enjoyed the impact that it's had.
Well, my favorite event is Youth Sunday, but I might be a little biased as youth director because that's our opportunity for the students to share with our congregation what we've been up to for the whole year. You've got students giving their testimonies, you got photos for showing all the things that we've done at the events, and special sharing, special sermon. And so that's exciting because it's a really neat time for our congregation to see what is happening. We don't just meet, once a week. We're a group that is pouring in, who are going to raise up disciples and be this next generation for Christ. And so it's fun to be able to share that with our congregation.
If I were to sum it all up, what we offer you is an opportunity to see God working in your life, see how He's working in your situation, and see how you belong in His plan and belong into a community. There is a place for you here at Glendora Alliance Church.
I'm excited in seeing that a new generation coming forward to take leadership in our church. And I'm excited to see people stepping in who had not taken leadership before. see people making disciples of other people that had been mainly people receiving, but now are people who are giving out. And there is going to be an expansion of this ministry here at Glendora Alliance Church. Because I believe that the number one asset of this church is not programs. The number one asset is Jesus Christ here showing himself in our relationships with him, with others, and with new people. And I see that happening. As I look back with gratitude for the privilege I have of being involved in this church family. I'm thankful for so many of you who have, along with me, built a culture here in our church of loving other people, of showing grace while at the same time not compromising the truth. I know we're not perfect. You won't find one. What is that old saying? If you find a perfect church, don't go there, you'll ruin it. But this is a church where if you give us a shot and you come and get involved, you will find people that care about you, and you will find a place where the Lord is here, showing his love through them. I'd encourage you to give it a try, because I believe the best days of Glendora Alliance Church are ahead of us.